Hello, all. Welcome to the very first episode of the BGR Show. It used to be the BGR podcast, but I ended it for a long list of reasons I already established earlier. I'm not going to go back to yapping everybody's ears off about that. And I just remembered something I forgot to tell you guys. You guys cannot cuss during the first minute of a YouTube video. So I will let you guys know.
Kidding.
I'll let you guys know when that minute passed. But anyway, yeah, so this podcast is essentially going to be a lot around the BGR content for the most part. The same values, just more, news centered, more real life centered. Definitely more casual too. I'm not trying to make a whole video essay because my friends already have to hear me talk about BGR, constantly as is. I'm not going to yap my two co-hosts' ears off about the process or whatever. But yeah, we're going to talk about the news. We're going to talk about personal stuff. We're going to talk about just cool things in general. Got a lot of cool things to discuss in this podcast episode. But before we go any further, I think it hit the minute mark, so you guys can speak freely. But yeah, so a difference of this podcast versus the BGR podcast, which is why I ended it, is because I wanted to have co-hosts. Because I realized that despite me being a professional yapper at this point, it's very hard for me to yap without having either something written or someone to talk to. And I'm not writing an entire video essay a week. So next best thing is to have people to talk to. And so without further ado, let me introduce my two hostages, also known as co-hosts. Which one of you guys want to go first?
Flip a coin.
Of course.
No, okay, I'll go first.
What
I'll
the
go
fuck, Kobe?
Oh, I'm Patrick. I am an amateur musician and communist, and I'm pretty excited to be here. And that's it.
It's a good intro. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention to you viewers. Yeah, both of our names just so happen to be Patrick. So
It's gonna get very confusing very quickly.
in order to
Be
not
entertaining for me.
in order to not get confusing, I would request that my co-host will call me by my actual nickname, PJ or BG. Don't call me BGR. That's gonna sound weird as fuck. but call me PJ
Very
for now.
tempted to do that now.
Don't
Very
you fucking.
tempted to do
You
that.
know what? Why don't you introduce yourself now, other co-host?
I am his brother. I am BGR's brother.
Did
You're probably going to hear my name throughout the entirety of this, so honestly, introducing my own name sounds kind of redundant at this point. The only reason why these two need to introduce their names is because it's the same goddamn name. You'll hear my name throughout this. I'm pretty sure someone already said it, so I don't feel the need to introduce my name.
I totally did.
You did say it.
And
We could call you Pie.
we could call you Pi. I could cut the part where I said your actual name.
It doesn't matter. We've said it multiple times.
True.
by this point.
Okay. But yeah, so I know a lot of you guys were excited for wondering who I was gonna pick for my co-host, and I know some of you let me be kind because I love all my viewers, even the ones that are pretentious sometimes. Some of you guys are gonna be very mad that I thought it was gonna be professional. I think I gotta get some real principled Marxists on here. I don't know any personally. All right. Believe me, if I could dig up Lenin and have him as my other co-host, I would have him right along with these two, but I can't. So
I am basically a homeless man he picked up and just decided to do this with.
anyway, so
Real?
but no, I picked these two because first of all, if you guys are in the BGR Discord, these two are my admins.
I know. Very, very sad to have to process that these are your admins.
I picked them as my admins because I trust both of them. One being my brother, obviously, the other being one of the only few friends I have that is actually aligned with humanity and my beliefs. So I have faith that these two will
Basic
be.
morals.
Yeah, I have faith that you two will be very good co-hosts, and once people get past the first little adjustment phase, everyone will be used to it and enjoy this dynamic. So let's see what we're talking about first today. All right, we're gonna address the elephant in the room.
I don't know what you mean by that, besides the fact that there's a New York penitentiary right now, which is just building up the Sinister Six.
Wait, I thought I heard he did get put in the same prison as Luigi, right?
Yep. You know who's also in that prison?
I forgot. But I know somebody else. Diddy, what? Yeah. They are
And
building.
Maxwell.
And who? Oh, Ghislaine
yeah.
Maxwell's. Oh my God, this is Sinister Six.
They need two more people.
Two of these things are not like the other. But yeah, for those of you that have, well, I'm gonna try to act like I didn't have a voice. For those of you that somehow don't keep up with the news, I think it's kind of crazy to not know at this point. America did an imperialism. We overnight invaded Venezuela. We stormed their capital, and we kidnapped the president of Venezuela and his wife. And the reactions to the I don't know. I say a lot of we. I say we because we're all Americans, but in reality, I had nothing to do with that shit, man. But I'm it's seeing some of the reactions of it has been very interesting to say the least. I'm beginning to realize that an issue with when you become involved in politics is that while you I don't know, I might be speaking for you guys, but me personally, right, one of the things that stopped me from wanting to talk about politics is me being worried if I say the correct, if I'm saying the factual thing, or if I have my knowledge straight or whatever. But then when you get into these political fields, you realize that there's a lot of dumbasses that don't have anywhere near the same level of courtesy, and will blurt out whatever first CIA bullshit comes to mind, and we'll just keep going with it. And I've been seeing that a lot lately. I used to think the CIA was like a washed organization that was kind of just like letting everybody destroy themselves, but no, they're still in full effect. Seeing so many, I'm Venezuela, this is how I feel about it, accounts based in fucking America. Like you are an account based in fucking Arkansas. You're not from Venezuela, and you do see some of the people celebrating in Venezuela, which I understand, because when you look at it from their perspectives, to some people, they just overthrew a dictator. Who cares who did it and why? But I'm realizing a lot of people have a very short-term memory when it comes to history. This has never ended well at any point. Oil. It's always fucking oil.
I saw 2 fraudulent slips on TV. One was, I support President Bush, Trump's actions in this.
Oh shit.
This is literally a repeat. Anyway, the other one I saw is, yes, this will help the Venezuelan people.
That one I saw.
I did not see that.
Yeah, because like
fucking hilarious.
Like all American imperialist actions of late, they all benefit. I'm not even of late, probably of our entire lifetime. They always benefit Israel.
Here, when won't they?
Oh, that's what I said of forever. I feel like because I don't know, America's not really doing anti-communism like the way they used to. Now it's just pro-Zionism. I mean, I'm not saying America's suddenly pro-communism or pro-socialism. Obviously, they're not. But they seem to be more pro-Zionism than anything else at this point. We used to overthrow and interview countries for having democratically elected socialist leaders, but now it's, you don't like Israel, we gonna take you off the map. Also, they have oil, so if it benefits Israel's pocket, that's another major factor as well, which I think is the situation here. I think this is another example.
Disappointing.
Yeah, I think it's another example of why we really need to move away from oil reliance as a society in general. Because while I it's called black, green, red. Environmental justice is a very important aspect of it, right? But there's also the human aspect of it. How many people have we seen suffer because of the greed over fucking oil, over other minerals?
Still actively
right
suffering over.
So I think limiting our reliance on fossil fuels is probably the best benefit for not even just the earth, but for humanity in general. And the reason why it's not going to be done, I know why a lot of people would ask, okay, so why isn't it being done? It's because it's not as profitable, obviously.
Also because the oil barons do have a tendency to lobby and just be like, no. Look into who stopped so much of solar energy. And you're going to see a very funny little line here of it being a lot of people who are actively invested in oil and make sure it goes, oil.
Right. Oil.
We could have so many more renewable resources right now.
We could. And the funniest thing is, right, when politicians, I'm not a fan of any politician, especially not the one I'm about to mention, but when they try to even attempt to do things for renewable energy, they get shit on and people get angry with them. Our governor, from what I was reading, is trying to make wind turbines that sit in the water.
Oh,
yeah, I gotta look more into that. But he was trying to do that, and many people were like, "Oh, fuck you! How much is this gonna cost the people of our state? You should be handling." I'm gonna say the devil's name real quick. You should be handling EverSource instead of handling, if you're worried about the energy. And low key,
I just hissed.
low key. I agree with that sentiment for the most, because it is gonna be kind of hard to be on board with renewable energy when you hear how much it's gonna cost, and then you look at your electricity bill because fucking crooks like EverSource are allowed to run the way they do with nobody stopping them. God, I fucking hate EverSource. Let me pull up the article. Oh, okay, cool. So
send me the article.
I pulled it from the press release. So it wasn't just our governor, it was also the governor of a couple other states around the area. Apparently Trump cut the Oh, what do you know? Yeah, Trump cut the funding for it.
Yeah.
Well, more like he paused the wind leases to attack clean energy. Already these projects have created thousands of jobs and injected billions of. Isn't that what the Republicans claim to want?
All I'm learning is MAGA is just bullshit in half the time, if not all the time. Everyone just goes with it.
It's all the time. You see, it's all the time because America First is such a hilarious thing. You guys were never put first at any point. You just drank the Kool-Aid and kept going with it. Like, I'm convinced Trump could quite literally shovel hot, steaming shit down their mouth, and they'll be like, "Thank you, Donald Trump," chewing it down. Like, I don't like Democrats either, obviously, but at least they don't. That might be a controversial statement. I know some people be like, "Well, but they called Kamala Harris mommy," and it's like, no, they're nowhere near as sycophantic as they are when it comes to Trump, as they are with any Democratic politician.
I mean, really here, everyone that was calling Kamala, I feel like I said her name wrong, and now I want to shoot myself.
Okay, cool. You already understand. You already understand the liberal wrath. They're gonna kill you for that, buddy. You have time to correct yourself.
Yeah. No. I'm just gonna commit self-accuse. Fuck it. Got my switchblade here. All right. Goodbye.
But yeah,
Anyway.
Kamala.
Everyone who is calling, you know what? Here's how we go and do this, actually, because I'm going to be real and stand on business. Everyone that was calling, I'm gonna kill myself. Anyway, potential presidential candidate Harris, because no one calls her by her last name. I need to get this. I actually wanted to have an entire bit about this later.
Oh shit, you going dark? You going woke?
Yes, sir. Anyway, everyone that was calling her mommy, please exit stage left. Please.
Maybe mommy was not correct. Maybe that was like some of certain subreddits. Maybe it was auntie or something. I can't remember. No, it was mommy. It was mamala. It was mamala. That's what it was. I know I'm not crazy.
Anyway, those fuckers need to exit stage left, bro. Please, no.
Yeah, they need to exit from the fucking left.
All right, but anyway, onto my now separate rant because of the fact we have mentioned this. It is Bush. It is Trump. It is Obama. Hell, no matter what you call him, it's some running gag of his last name, okay? Why is it just her first name and Hillary?
You know why? It's the same reason why they don't call Representative Ocasio-Cortez. They call her AOC. Which is I hear Senator Sanders way more often than I hear Representative Ocasio-Cortez. I'm just saying. There is definitely a conversation to be had about the misogyny within, which is why they have liberals are not completely wrong when they say she lost because she was a black woman. I'm sure that has something to do with it, right? But being a black woman who's who's pro-genocide, and that doesn't really help your case. But no, you're right. You're absolutely right, Kobe. There is a level of inherent I could actually make an argument that it's not necessarily all the time. See, in 2016, you said Hillary.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying in the primaries, they were saying Clinton and Sanders. They're saying Hillary and Bernie. And I think Hillary Loki did it on purpose to somewhat separate herself from her husband.
You know what? That's fair.
And I mean, looking at it now, maybe that was a good decision.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I think back then it wasn't like separate from him from like his wrongdoings. Because I mean, if she wouldn't separate herself from his wrongdoings, she would still be with him right now. But she is. So that's not what it was. It was more of a having her own, identity. And then a fucking TV show host came along and beat her. Gotta be the biggest fumble in history. Everything went wrong from there. Wow, and in true podcast fashion, we lost the plot.
Yes, truly a podcast. Anyway, imperialism, it's bad.
Oh, wait, actually, I had a perfect transition. I kind of blew it. Speaking of Hillary Clinton.
Oh, boy. Where's this going to go?
Do you guys know about Muammar Gaddafi?
No. I
Sounds
do not.
familiar.
Gaddafi was, I'll also use proper terms because no point running from it. He was a dictator. He was the dictator of Libya. And what he was aiming to create was a socialist state of Africa with the same currency and economic prosperity. And during his reign, Libya ended up, which is why it's not completely comparable to Venezuela, because there's not really that many people. I'm sure there's some people complaining about the Gaddafi regime, but in comparison, because Gaddafi had a fuck ton of social programs and things like that, he made the country a far better place to live in, right? But he was a dictator and he was a socialist dictator. So in 2011, Americans backed the rebels in Libya and they overthrew him and they killed him in. I wouldn't want to go out the way he went out. They dragged him, they beat him in the streets, they with the bayonet. That's probably the worst part.
Jesus.
They shot him several times and then they buried him in the desert. And nobody knows, I'm pretty sure nobody today knows exactly where his body is. And like I said, this is all in 2000. And now today, right, Libya is worse than it was under Gaddafi, like significantly worse. And everybody who lives there would say the same thing, that it was better when Gaddafi was alive. You guys remember me saying it was 2011, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was president?
Obama.
Do you know who Obama's Secretary of State was?
Hillary, wasn't it?
Yep, Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State. And there's actually a video, I put it in one of my videos as well. There's a video of her bragging about it and like laughing about it after she got the call that he died. She said something along the lines of, we saw he died, or something along those lines, laughing about it like it was hilarious. And Obama apologized for it, saying that it was a mistake, but I don't remember her apologizing for it. Maybe she did, but like at the end of the day, you can't fucking overthrow somebody's country, cause them massive civil unrest that lasts for over a decade, and then be like, damn, my bad, B. I should have done that. I mean, no shit. And the reason I mention this is because I think it's relevant with the context of Venezuela today. Because Libya is one of the many examples that if you want regime change in your country, you are better off grabbing the gun and doing it yourself. You do not want America getting involved in that shit. You don't. Because America does not represent anybody's freedom besides the capitalist class. So they will use you to get whatever imperialist or capitalist ends they can get out of you. And that's all it is. And then which goes with Israel, right? Another myth I need a lot of people to like finally, fully grasp. Israel does not control the United States. The United States controls Israel. Every action that Israel takes is done with the permission of the United States. This is why I gave Biden so much shit when the I can't even say when the Gaza genocide first started, because this shit's been going on since 1948. But you guys know what I mean. After October 7th, 2023. And people were like, well, what's he going to do? Israel's acting on its own. It's like, no, they don't understand. Israel is not the parent in the situation. America is the parent. If America tells Israel they can't do this, they're not going to be able to fucking do it. It's that simple. America gives Israel far too much leeway and far too much influence on our politics, which is why we have so many AIPAC and Zionist lobby defending politicians today.
I say it's going to seem very sane, but I see Israel as more of an infection. At first, it seemed like we were in control, and by we I mean the United States. And now it just slowly has devolved into a situation of no one knows anything of what the fuck's going on about who's actually in control. Because you are right, but at the same time, our politicians take way too much AIPAC money to be able to comfortably say that we run Israel. When they are able to fund our policies and basically be like, okay, here's money for what you vote. At what point does it become, okay, they're actually the ones who are in charge? Like, it's interesting to think about it from that perspective,
No, I agree.
Well, at any moment,
you go ahead, Pat.
I might be wrong, but at any moment we could just like stop sending them like weapons or money.
We can.
So we still have a decent amount of control. I don't think the pendulum's really switched in that matter.
But then when you take into account what Kobe's saying, I think I understand what Kobe's point is the fact that, yeah, they have the power to do so, but who's paying them, essentially like puppeteering them to where they don't press that button and cut off the aid.
Oh, true.
Right, Kobe, I'm not trying to speak for you.
No, you got it. Become more of a parasitic problem than anything else, where it's just, sure, our politicians can be like, oh yeah, we're against Israel, but they're getting paid to not be against Israel. And so at what point is it just who runs who?
No, I see that.
We can't tell because there's too much money going in between both sides. It's fucking annoyingly hard to tell what the hell's going on.
And the only reason why, I agree with that, but my only pushback for it, right, is while I get, they have some power over you money wise. They might cut your aid for your political campaign or whatever, right? But the president has the power to cut the aid for the entire fucking country's military. Like, there's levels to this shit. The power they have over American politicians versus the power American politicians have over them is not equivalent.
Now, yeah, when you think about it from that lens, but also when you think about it from the selfish lens,
yeah, that's what it is.
I'm getting which is what I mean by, if everyone had the best interests of the country in mind, this wouldn't even be a discussion. The problem is, when your own pockets are getting lined, you stop looking at whether or not Israel's helping you and more of just, okay, are they giving me money though?
Yeah. And a point I had, which I know some people disagreed with, but I think it's true. Do you know what I think would make a Democrat win any election at this point? Like, particularly
being
presidential.
Anti-Israel.
You could literally be like, what are your opinions on Israel? I guarantee you, not the first
easy.
In 2028, mark my words now, the Democratic primaries, the Democrat who has the closest statement to saying, man, fuck Israel, they're winning. They will win. The Democrat that has the closest statement to saying fuck Israel will win, because we're tired. The American people are tired of it. That's the other reason why I don't look at I still look at the fact that, yeah, they are being paid by Israel, but it's hard. It's hurting them more than it's helping them at this point.
They ain't hurting their bottom dollar now, is it?
It does when they lose their political power. Well, I guess no. Then,
Yeah,
then they get to take a private sector
Yep.
job and keep it pushing like Eric Adams. Yeah, you're right. You right. You got me there. That's true.
The way how I see it now is America as a country runs Israel as a country, but Israel as a country runs our individual politicians.
Correct. Yeah, I can see that. So then, in BGR fashion, right? Usually, what I do when I talk about these topics is I do the very, very difficult task of asking this: what needs to be done to solve these problems, and what can be done to solve these problems?
Oh boy! So in that case, I'm gonna take this leap here. America should go back to being an isolationist.
Oh
At
boy.
this point, we have tampered with too much shit to the point where we haven't provided enough support for everything going on in the inside, so everything's about to crumble. And because of the fact that we've tampered with so many other countries, when we crumble, they're going to crumble. When they crumble, so much other shit's just going to go south.
So I know me and you have constant arguments about semantics, right?
Mm.
Semantics somewhat matters here with the context of the word isolation.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, let me reiterate this here. Not full on. You know what? Fuck every other country. We only want to hear about you niggas. No. I'm talking no more interventionalists, no more of that bullshit.
I agree.
You know, just like hands off. We need to focus on the insides now.
Hey,
Israel, figure your own shit out. All right, we're done here. We gotta focus on the insides.
And you know something? That is a policy the fucking Republicans are starting to run on now. That's why Trump is getting a lot of criticism from his right flank, because that's not America first. Focus on our problems. And I don't see a problem like that. It's true, right? Like, why are we? There's Israelis that have subsidized healthcare in fucking college. Why? Why am I paying for that? There's 40 people that got killed in Venezuela. That's where our money went. Why are we paying for that shit? Seriously.
Like, I'm just going to use the Republican talking points here. I want it to be said, do I believe anything I'm about to say? Probably not. Do I even care? Probably not. So let's go with it like this. Let's say that we are freeing Venezuela from itself, right? The fuck that got to do with us?
Oil.
Okay, but nonetheless, about that, my entire point is we have to be focused on the inside. Nigga, getting oil doesn't help my bottom dollar at all.
And you know what? You know, that's I forgot who said this point. I totally forgot who said this point. But that somebody has said that point before, where it's like, okay, cool. Let's just say it is for the oil and it is to help America. How much is it actually going to help? It causes like 5 other problems to solve one, while the other major problems are still just like chilling.
If we were to go like bit for bit, it just isn't fucking worth it. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, the amount of money spent in our military to get that oil versus what that money could have been going to otherwise.
Right. I'm not going, like, from a selfish perspective, right? I'm not going to see that oil money. Are you guys going to see the oil money?
Fuck no.
Oh, no.
So who does that doesn't help us. And that's the point people are rolling with. So, well, I'm going to see the other thing. The people that are delusional, acting like America did it to help Venezuela.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go back to my original point here. Let's go with that. All right, let's pretend that we are doing it out of the kindness of our hearts. The fuck got to do with me though? Why is my money going there?
I think I've said this in a video before. My stance on how international policy should work, like if I had the power to do it, I think America should stop funding other nations unless it is to clean up a mess we caused.
Yes.
So, like, I know some people be like, why wouldn't give Gaza money? Because we caused that shit to happen. So, fuck Israel. Start giving that money to the Gaza so they can at least rebuild and recognize a Palestinian state. You know, we should be giving the global South some form of reparations to pay for our crimes and the money this country made off of their blood.
Yes.
But basically, I would say the overall sentiments of this is fuck imperialism, and it doesn't really help anybody despite people having those delusions that it's America first somehow. So let me think of a way I can transition this topic to the next topic in a smooth way. It's gonna be kind of crazy. Did America have, what does the America as a state and the president of America have in common?
Lack of consent.
You got it. Wow, that's quick. They don't follow consent. The president is a rapist, which makes sense why he thinks it's perfectly okay to enter a country in complete disregard of international law or any form of president, yoink the president, and charge him on America's list. So yeah, there's clearly a consent issue, which brings us to our next topic. Grok has been being used. I don't think it's just Grok, but I think Grok's like the main one I've seen people talk about. Has been used to generate content that undresses women, pictures of women
and men.
And some of these
Just
women
men.
aren't even women. Some of these women are, children.
I said that Anakin line at the worst fucking moment then, huh? This isn't supposed to be a joke for me then.
No, but quite literally, it isn't just the men; it is the women and the children too. It's everybody. And people laugh at the men ones. Like I saw a picture of Bernie and Zoran in bikinis because that's what they're doing. But that's just what they're doing.
On, man.
They're doing that shit to make it funny and distract from the actual pedophilia they're doing. Because like, haha, you see, it's funny. Don't stop me from doing this creepy shit. And
really quick,
yeah.
How does the Grok AI thing work? Like, is it separate from Twitter? Or from X?
From how I know
X?
it's on Twitter, and you literally you say hey, you at Grok, and then you ask it for something and it does it. As far as I know,
I have seen it. I have seen it. It is terrifying.
So then,
I would say to download Twitter.
And is it public after that? After you at?
Oh,
yes, it's public.
Oh,
they don't care.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, right, so then you can also request AI things on other people's posts, which is what was happening with the minors, because they would see a picture of a child. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to use language like minor, underage girl. They go on the picture of a child and they say, hey, Grok, change their clothes to a bikini, and Grok does it.
I've seen it used in rather comedic ways to the point where Grok is going to get lobotomized again. For example, it shows a picture of Jeffrey Epstein and Trump, or Diddy and Trump, and goes, hey, remove the pedophile. And every time Trump gets moved. So.
Now, before I talk deeply about my strong feelings of the misogyny element of it, let me first address this, right? If you are using any form of generative AI to make images and things like that, you are a fucking corny loser. I will say that without my full chest. You have a chance to redeem yourself, so I'll give you a little bit of amnesty. This is the first time you hear somebody tell you this straight up. Quit while you're ahead. But it is some corny loser shit to do. It is a waste of water. It is a absolute abomination in the eyes of anybody with actual artistic abilities. And like, I don't know, when we hit like 2040 and we have like these Mad Max water wars, and I gotta remember you dumbass niggas making edits of Kermit the Frog smoking a blunt with Jesus or some shit. Like, it's you idiots are the first ones I think about when there's no fucking water. You know what we're gonna do to you? We're gonna drink you.
Wait, what?
I'm done.
Yeah. Anyway, in funnier news, here's a little known fact for you guys. Do you know what the rarest element or thing out there is? All of space and whatnot.
What?
Trees, wood.
Oh, you mean the ones they're tearing down to make these
Yes.
Oh, the ones that they're tearing down to make the data centers, the ones they're stealing the resources from.
Yes. Once we lose all trees, we are fucked. There is no other way to get trees back. Let me reiterate this. We have found water on Mars. Do you know what we haven't found on Mars?
Trees.
Single goddamn sapling. A single seed. Nothing. So, for anyone out there who might think that the environment is a big fucking joke, it's not. Literally, if you want to just take the nihilism point of view of nothing matters, nigga, that matters. There is no way in fucking hell are we going to get trees back if they go extinct.
None.
WALL-E, in all comedy, WALL-E is the realest thing out there. Do you know how miraculous it is that on this planet we have greenery as a whole? That is just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Well, humans existing is goddamn insane.
Yeah.
Niggas are going to be out here and be like, yeah, but God. Yeah, motherfucker, you're ruining his planet. Stop it.
Look, you start with that God shit. It'd be the ones destroying the planet that he created, talking about God, Like, we're fucking up man, I don't... And it's like, to what end, right? Because, like, at least with all other forms of environmental destruction, you could at least argue the necessity in the human good. You'd be wrong, but you would have at least some form of a coherent argument, right? Like, drilling from the minerals, gives us our technology. Okay, cool. And, the oil is a bit more efficient than the renewable energy at the moment. You can make, I don't agree with these arguments, but they're actual arguments, I have yet to hear an argument justifying the environmental harm of generative AI art and videos, and there isn't one because it's not a fucking beneficial. There's no benefit to society in it whatsoever. All it causes is harm. And like, I feel like I don't know the equivalent of this. I feel like I feel like how I do when I was hating on who's somebody I was hating on before it was popular to hate them. Kobe, you might be the better person to ask for this because you used to hate everybody before people started hating them.
Let's see. The first one that popped in my head is Nux Taku.
Oh yeah, you
That-
hate that nigga
fucker.
forever. Yeah. So you see how you hate Nux Taku before everyone else did, and all people that like him were like, oh, he's he's cool or whatever. And then as it turns out, he's a fucking loser. That's how I feel. Yeah, that's how I feel when talking about this generative AI art shit because of how normalized it is. Don't go to Facebook. And the issue is, right, I don't want to be vindicated. I don't want to feel vindicated for this shit because you know vindication means in this circumstance? Fucking death. Okay, so then, like I said earlier, that's my stance on the environmental impact of AI. But that's not the biggest issue when it comes to what we're talking about with Grok.
This becomes a matter of lack of consent.
Do you know what I don't know why I started posting this on my Instagram. So, well, I got stitches on my main Instagram. I'm probably supposed to on the BGR one. When you hear my policy suggestion, if anybody, particularly women, because they're the most victimized in this circumstance, come across a man that uses AI to undress a picture of them, they should be allowed to kill that motherfucker right there.
Yeah,
they should be allowed to kill him. If a parent sees their child being a victim to that same AI shit, the parent should be allowed to skin that nigga and hang his body out in public. The male loneliness crisis is a very funny issue to me because some of these niggas don't even need to be lonely. They deserve to.
Yeah, it's natural selection at this point.
I'm trying to make it very unnatural. I'm trying to make it like man-made selection. And I think another thing that kind of aggravates me is when I see content creators talking about these things, right? I am noticing a significantly large absence of men discussing these issues. And I mean, I get it. I don't think we should ever be speaking over women. You should let women, it's their experience. It affects them. Obviously, their voice should take priority, of course. But at the end of the day, it's not the friends of women doing these things. It's not their homies. It's not, it's the men's homies. We have probably been friends with people in the past that have done this shit, guys.
Yeah. One of those needs to be more honest. Checking your friends.
You guys know who I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
And the fuck. Okay, but you see how you're not cool with him anymore. But I'm sure there's some people that are.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that won't call out their friends, that don't hold them accountable, and it's really important that men do hold the men in their lives accountable when these things do happen. And when that doesn't work, cut them off.
Right.
It's pretty easy.
And like, I mean, I'm guilty of it. I just did it. A lot of men talk, big and bad about the things they do to rapists and things they do to pedophiles. And then they completely ignore their homie doing the same shit right not even under their nose. They know what their homie's doing usually. They have an idea and they just let it slide. Where's all that smoke? No, you see, I've cut off people for being bigots, just for having shitty mentalities. And there's men that won't cut out their friends for being actual rapists. There's men that don't hold other men accountable for their misogyny and their abuse of women. And then when you bring this up as a man, the guilty niggas say, "Oh, you're pandering to women.
She's not gonna sleep with you."
God.
And it's like, and the funny thing is, right, even if I was pandering to get pussy, right, I'm looking for pussy, you're looking for victims, bro. There's a bit of a difference there.
Okay, that got a chuckle out of me. Because what you said, although it came out funny, you fucking right. You are 110% right.
And I know listen, do I think being do I think there are some people who are simps that let horrible women take advantage of them? Obviously, come on now. Is that significantly better than a rapist? Is this even an argument? Like, I've seen men get far more hate for being a simp than actually being a rapist.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to me. But no. If any of you listening here did that AI shit, do not let me catch you. Let me delete that part. It's probably a threat, isn't it?
I will tickle you.
I will tickle you. I just want to talk. You can come on the podcast. We want to interview you. We got some questions to ask.
Yes, we do.
All right. So I think now we can.
Your location will not be one of those questions.
Yeah, we totally don't want your social security card and the identity of every male in your family member, every male family member you have.
Yep, totally not. That would be amoral of us.
Right.
Yep, totally.
They didn't know. They're just watching it happen.
They're just following orders.
So I was gonna say that. Yeah. Okay. So I think we beat that horse.
Yep.
Off to completion.
All right. Oh god. Anyway, fuck transitions. What are your guys' predictions for 2026?
Fuck transitions.
I'm not doing this shit anymore, man. I'm not gonna sit here waiting for you to try and fight words for this transition. Fuck it. We're going with full send into this shit. I do not care.
My first prediction, then, I guess, is there'll be organizations to arm women to start shooting these men that do this shit like this.
You know what? That's the backwards transition. We'll go with it.
But no, for this segment of the podcast, we are going to talk about our predictions for this year. Who wants to go first, or will it just be me?
Well, yes, I'm going to go first because this one's going to be 10 times funnier. I think Trump's going to die.
Same.
So
I bet July.
July? Oh, but before or after July 4th?
After.
Yeah, I also think he's going to die simply because I think he already has an illness that they're just trying to hide right now.
I'm hoping for on. I'm hoping for on for the mere patrioticness of it all. Patriot, whatever. You get the idea.
Well, on July, you hope on July 4th?
Yes.
No, July 3rd.
PJ, you know how great it would be if Liberation Day or whatever the fuck you
was
want to
the day
call
he
it.
died. That'd be kind of crazy. Yeah. Well, it's fuck America. It's fuck. But I don't want him to have that satisfaction. So July 3rd would be the harder. Juneteenth.
June. 10 out of 10. Absolute cinema. Yes, he needs to die in Juneteenth.
He's gonna die from his illness on Juneteenth. Ancestors,
right. You know what you must do. Have a joke.
What else you got?
I am hoping, and this is more of a hope than it is a prediction, there will be sanctions put on AI.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I'm going to be real with you here. Do I believe that's going to happen? Probably not.
It could happen. I'm pretty sure the Big Beautiful Bill didn't do any AI regulation. They left it up to the states.
Oh, that always ends fucking
there
well.
Could be.
Didn't he basically pull that back? He was like, yeah, no, if you try and limit AI, there's going to be sanctions on it. I'm pretty sure
he did. I think he signed an executive order that did limit the restrictions states could put on AI. I would have to fact check that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I saw.
Any which way, let's see. I'm expecting some war. I don't know exactly how big the war is going to be, but there's going to be a fucking war. Whether it be the people of Venezuela versus the United States, or some way, somehow, we just full descend into World War III because, hey, anything's open at this point. The fucking 2020 so far have been absolutely bullshitting, so who knows how this is going to go.
A fair prediction. I don't think World War III is ever going to happen.
I fucking hope not. You know what? You're right. It won't be called World War III because there won't be anyone left to call it that.
Fair. But no, I don't think, because to be a world war, right, you would need to involve all the world powers, right? That's just how I see the definition of world war. And
it's pretty fucking easy, though.
I don't see China getting involved in a war that soon. Because, like, the thing is, everyone says Taiwan is like an equivalent. I think people are greatly underestimating how difficult an invasion of Taiwan would be for a long list of reasons.
Invading islands has always been an annoyingly hard thing to do, ain't it?
Yeah. If you see how America just took the president of Venezuela, and Russia declared war on Ukraine like years ago at this point. If taking Taiwan was as easy as just pulling up on them, they would have done it. It's not that easy. But I'm not a geopolitical expert. I'm sure somebody who's listening to this will have a better explanation as to why it is actually as easier than I think it is, or why it's not that easy. But no, I don't think it's as easy, which is why it hasn't been done yet. Any other predictions?
I thought I had one, but I forgot what it was. So
that was it for you?
Yeah. If I remember, I'll say anything. But for now, yeah, that's it.
Okay. I don't need to write them down. I have my memory.
You did say that.
Pat,
yeah. I have a whole list of Pat. Do you have any you want to say?
I was just gonna bring up the Trump's definitely gonna die one.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't come up with any when I learned about it.
The fact that we
wanted to do that.
We have that on our list. I've seen everybody else have that on their list as well. We're all just expecting it at this point. But I wonder if it's
whether it be peaceful or not depends on God.
No, I don't think it's going to be. I would actually prefer not to be an assassination. Hilariously enough, because I'll admit I was wrong. I was wrong about my Charlie Kirk prediction. I thought everybody was going to go a little bit crazier than that, but they turned bro into a meme, and they got his wife doing mega church ass performances.
Thank
you remembered?
For mentioning that fucker. I just remember my other prediction. Yeah. JD Vance is going to become the president, and then some way, somehow, something's going to happen with Erica Kirk and him.
Ooh.
You know what's funny? I think if we say Trump is if we predict that Trump is going to pass this year, that kind of implies the President JD Vance immediately, does it not?
I know that, but I still felt like saying it out loud.
No, that's fair.
And then also roping Erica Kirk into that. You know, I'm expecting some shit from that. That's gonna be funny as shit. I'm not even gonna lie here. I find that entire situation goddamn hilarious.
Charlie Kirky.
Like, no one took his dad seriously. Let's be
Yo,
serious here.
I was
No
looking
one
at
cares.
our Discord earlier today. Not earlier today. I forgot what day it was, but they low-key flamed somebody in our Discord for being a Gen Z because they said Kirkenuanly. and,
Oh dear God.
and
So
I know, Kobe, because we got somebody who constantly says that as well. But guess what? I've low-key been saying it as well soon. I'm afraid at some point it'll be unironic. To which
genuinely, I'm gonna fucking execute anyone else who says that to me in person. I swear to fucking God.
Dude, it's
shut the fuck up.
He really got turned into or the rap song where the bro goes bitch, give me head, give me neck, give me Kirk.
Jesus Christ.
It's so we literally it took only a few months for people to be like, everybody was crying. Oh my God, it's a human life. He had a wife, he had kids. We literally got people like, we are Charlie Kirk.
Oh God.
I'll admit I was definitely wrong about that.
More.
What a horrible time to die. You don't want to die in this era, yo.
Honestly, though, it's a bit depressing that he took this fucking long.
All right, so I got my list. You guys are ready?
I'm ready. I'm excited.
All right.
I'm curious.
U.S. invasion of Cuba. I think it's going to happen this year. And the reason why is because the way they're talking about Cuba right now, they're talking about Cuba a little bit more crazy than they're talking about Venezuela before they did it. So I think there's going to be an invasion on Cuba. I know some people are saying Greenland as well, but I don't think he's going to invade. I think opening right now, Venezuela was a test. It was a test to see who would try to check America for their actions right now. And so far, nobody's doing anything besides, strongly written letters, which now shows to me that they could really prepare to take Cuba, and nobody's really going to stop them from doing that either. And like Venezuela kind of gives them a bit of
precedent and all that.
Yeah, precedent, and yeah, exactly. There's nobody stopping them. So I think it's going to happen. Some people said Mexico as well, which I'm not ruling out as well, but I think, well, yeah, because how Marjorie Taylor Greene said it, right, and a few other people, right? If you want to stop the actual drugs coming into America, the drugs aren't coming in from Venezuela. They're not coming in from Cuba. They're coming in from Mexico, and they're being brought in by American citizens. Yeah. So obviously they ignore that last part because, they rather than focusing on the 90% of American citizens trafficking fentanyl from Mexico to America, poisoning their own people, they'd rather blame the 10% of non-Americans doing it instead, because that way they can be racist and push a racial agenda.
Didn't they say like the fucking Somalis are eating the dogs now? Like, wasn't it 2 years ago the fucking Haitians? What's going on here?
They're saying the Somalis are eating the dogs now too?
Yeah.
Maybe the white people, maybe the crackers are eating the dogs, Kobe. Because like, at what point does it become projection?
Oh, no,
seriously. At what point does it become projection? Right? They accuse they accuse every other race of eating dogs. Maybe they dead ass. Well, I don't know. We got a couple of dog killers in the White House already, but that's another topic.
The ATF is literally just a dog killing organization. All right,
that is true.
Let's be serious here. You can have your dog full on in like their kennel, just vibing. An ATF member will show up, shoot them in the head, and go, they're fighting back.
You put your hands behind your head. Stop resisting. Shoot your golden retriever. Like, that's really how they move.
God damn it, man.
And some people be like, you guys just making this shit up. No, there's actual precedent of them shooting people's dogs when they don't fucking need to. Like, crazy. But yeah, Cuba invasion. We already mentioned the Trump death. I say from an illness because I think he is definitely very sick if they're hiding it.
What do you mean? His physical was perfect.
Yeah, he's like, what, 6% body fat?
Jesus. Like, all right, well, real quick here. If we're gonna lie, please be realistic. Like, bro, are we being fucking for real? There's no way in hell they didn't just tell that man, oh yeah, just keep lowering that percentage fat. What about 15% lower? Okay. Like, genuinely, there's no way in hell anyone read that and actually thought that was physically possible.
Bro saw my prediction. He saw like 56%, and they said, yeah, knock that down by like a 0 or so. Knock that shit down. Or they saw 60 and they said, take off a 0. Because like he is a lot closer to 60% body fat than fucking 6. Get out of my face, bro. Like, and none of his people call him out on shit like that. The most pathetic thing you can be on this planet is a sycophant, and I will die on that hill. That is the most pathetic thing you could do on this entire. What a pathetic existence. But yeah, I already mentioned Trump. This one. Midterm elections are this year. I think progressives are going to sweep. Not the neoliberals. They're the anti APAC candidates are going to sweep for both parties, I would say. Personal one. BGR will hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I think we're going to hit that.
Who knows?
I think so. I remember I said that, and somebody was like, "Nah, bro, that's too low. You can hit 200,000. That'd be cool." But I think 100,000 is going to be where we're going to land. Oh, this one. I think there'll be a
by the end of the year, yeah.
Yeah. I think I can hit it. It's not that crazy of a goal. I think there will be a false flag attack of some sort on America. And by false flag, I think at this one, it pretty much implies who would be responsible, but who's not going to claim responsibility for it.
I don't know. Is going to bomb us and then blame someone else.
Or they're going to do some form of attack and blame somebody else. Probably the manufacturer consent. My prediction, which is almost too obvious, it's like too obvious for it to actually happen. They would do an attack on American soil and then blame Iran for it. But once again, that's a little too obvious at this. Like even if Iran were to genuinely attack America, everybody'd be like, all right, bro, it's definitely Israel.
Yeah.
So maybe not that, but I'm worried about something's going to happen and they're going to blame a different country for it. This one's a little. GTA 6 won't get delayed again.
Oh,
I doubt that.
I don't think it will. I don't think it will. I don't think it will. This is the one I said is a controversial one because everybody's like, it's going to get delayed again. It's going to get delayed again. No, I don't think it will.
You know what? In that case, I'm going to make a separate prediction to rival yours.
You think it will?
I honestly don't. No, I think not only is it going to get delayed, I think when it releases, it's not going to be worth it. It's not going to be worth all the hype they put in. It's not going to be worth all the time we've all had to spend waiting for it. I don't think it's going to be as good as they could be in comparison to the amount of hype, time, and just overall expectations. I don't think it can match up.
You underestimate the power of GTA Glazers. They're going to hop on that game immediately. Even if the game doesn't live up to the hype, it'll be inflated it'll be inflated to where people will interpret it as it does live up to the hype, even when it doesn't. But I see your point. No, I don't think it's going to get delayed again because I don't know. I think a lot of people are giving Rockstar a little too much shit.
They started union busting if they weren't already. So Rockstar as a company, I'm already looking at them sideways. So
okay, yeah, Rockstar as like the obviously the Rockstar establishment is going to be. No company's like leadership is typically good. They hate unions. They would make us all slaves again if they could, right? So that's like a given. But my faith is in the GTA developers, right? And I genuinely think that if people want the game to start, come out on time, they shouldn't have leaked that shit in the first place. Leaks definitely hurt the game development process. Like some people might be like, but they didn't really like leak anything that crazy. It's a morale thing too. If somebody were to leak my get access to my computer or some shit and like leak my like video essay scripts, I'd be proud of. I won't do the fucking video anymore.
Yeah, for me, I have a very interesting mentality on that. I cannot tolerate if I was doing something like that and working on something and then it got leaked. Like pictures is one thing, putting it in a playable state. Now that is something which I kill someone over, because it's just like, you get to see what it looks like, motherfucker. So just wait till it's done. But if someone releases like it in a playable state before it's done, someone might get.
No, you know what? Yeah, maybe a script wasn't good. Yeah. Actually, I'd probably get over it if it was a script. Now, if it was the actual video before I uploaded it, yeah, we're gonna have fucking problems. But no, I see your point. Or a recording of me so they can steal my video straight up.
Yeah, no, now that right there is some irredeemable shit.
But no, I don't think GTA is gonna get. I don't think it's gonna get delayed again because I'm pretty sure the release date is set for November right now. Let me just check. Yeah, November 19th. That is not getting it's not getting delayed.
I think it's gonna get delayed. I already have it on my tombstone. GTA 6 didn't come out yet.
Yeah, it's either it's gonna get delayed or it's gonna fuck up. Some way, somehow it's gonna fuck up. And I want to be said, I'm not preying on Rockstar's downfall so much as it is just I've seen this happen before, and I know exactly how it ends every single time. So yeah, my expectations in the fucking floor, really.
I have faith. And I think a lot of people are letting Polymarket shape their fucking narratives at this point. That's I had to go dig online for where the hell the whole why everyone all of a sudden is like convinced it's going to be delayed again, and they're betting on it. And a bunch of TikTokers made a bunch of content regarding a fake Rockstar tweet that it's going to be delayed until 2027. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I didn't know that.
For me, it's not even anything like. It was after I heard it got delayed again. I was just like, okay, I'll be with you guys here.
I'm
If we
very
ever get
pessimistic.
that, yeah, no. If we ever get that game in general, I will be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
So It's not because anyone else has influenced my ideas so much as it is just a. At this point, they're only trying to build up hype for it so that they can try to coast off of it. But it's having an exact opposite effect where most people are just like, okay, buddy, sure.
Sure, pal, whatever you say. No,
Exactly.
I get it. Let me see. I got four more I wrote down. AI will only get worse and more normalized by all political ideologies. I think we're going to start seeing.
I fucking hope not.
I think we're going to start seeing. Yeah, all. I think we're going to start seeing even self-proclaimed socialists utilize AI for generative AI for. And part of this is kind of a cop out because there's already.
Hope not.
I hope not as well, but I've already heard in a lot of these spaces the defense that you want to be using the same tools as the enemy so you're not left behind. But I always disagree with that sentiment. I think everybody's gonna be. I think whether or not we as a collective society decide it should be normalized is one thing, but I think the powers that be of all political ideologies, it's like the Democrat, the liberal leaders, the conservative leaders, the Democratic Socialist leaders, I think they're going to start utilizing AI generated bullshit. I hope not. That's a prediction I want to be wrong, but at this rate, I see it happening.
I don't know because there's been whenever AI is used in like commercials, for example, like think about Coke or Mariah Carey. Like there's a lot of backlash when AI is used in those ads. So I'm just like hoping I can stay optimistic in that.
Yeah, and that thought crossed my mind as well. And then I realized that people feel that way because they realize that they're generating slop that took no effort to make them money. Now, if you're doing it for a political agenda, people might interpret that as you generating slop to actually liberate them and to help them, which might make them give it a pass. Even if they don't like it, they might give it a pass because you're doing it to further push the narrative they agree with.
I see.
Which is what I mean by normalize. Not that everybody be like, fuck yeah, we love this AI bullshit. More just like who cares? The ends justify the means, man.
Unnecessary evil.
Right. But I still hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I really fucking hope not.
A small one I wrote, whichever Democrat wins the primary in the Texas Senate race is going to lose. In my mind, I think Jasmine Crockett is going to win that, and then she's going to lose to whichever Republican wins that. Multiple reasons why I think this is simply because I think I've lost complete faith in the Democratic Party from a long time ago. And the fact that why are all the Texas Democrats Zionists? They're all Zionists. Why are so many of them Zionists for real? And when I criticize Jasmine Crockett, a lot of people point out that James Talarico, the other guy running Texas Senate, also didn't have that great of a track record condemning Israel, which is true. And then people point out as a purity test, no, being anti-Zionist is not a purity test. It's a fucking standard at this point. And I'm tired of Democrats missing the mark on it, which is why I decided to leave the party earlier last year. And really, I don't care who wins that seat. I don't live in Texas. That's for the people of Texas to decide. But I don't think Democrats are going to win that seat. I think the Republicans got that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think 2026 will be the hottest year in human history.
Yeah.
And the last thing I put is I think civil unrest will lead to the full American occupation of Venezuela. Another one I hope is incorrect. I'm incorrect about, but
wait, say that again. Sorry, I didn't hear it.
Civil unrest after what they did with Maduro and is going to lead to a full American occupation of Venezuela.
Yeah, probably.
Because I don't know. They said they want to do a fair and free election, but imagine another person from Maduro's party just wins again. Now what?
And now we just invaded the whole country.
Right, which I say they're gonna occupy the whole country.
Oh, I have a bet we can make.
Oh,
sorry, I'm going back to the hottest temperature one. So in Connecticut, it says the hottest temperature was 106 degrees Fahrenheit. We all think it's gonna go up, but let's bet on the exact temperature.
The hottest ever was 106.
I think it's gonna go. I think 110. 110. It's a reach.
I'm gonna say 108.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to change mine to 109.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 108.
2. Fuck it, might as well be different.
What?
2?
Like 200?
2.
2 degrees?
2 degrees.
2 degrees Kelvin, nigga? What are you talking about, 2?
2.
All right, 2 it is.
This dude said, Kobe, 2 degrees. There's three measurements of temperatures. 2 degrees is not hot in any of them.
Degrees.
This nigga. Okay.
Full sun this bitch.
100. 108 degrees. I say Pat says 109, and Kobe says 2.
2.
Whether he means 200 or 2.
107 is such a safe bet.
Yeah.
Why would I do that? It's safe.
You could have said 106 point, whatever. 2.
2.
Okay, I think that is enough for today. I know, some people might be mad at this podcast, but it's okay. I think this was a good. You guys have never recorded a podcast before, ever, have you?
No.
Yeah. So before you guys, so yeah, I think it's a pretty solid for never having to set.
I recorded a video in middle school once. Does that count?
No. I think the only other time you guys might have recorded a form of podcast is when I roped you in when I recorded something like years ago or whatever. But no, this yeah. So you guys, I think it's pretty good for a first time podcasting ever.
2.
This. All right. Anyway, that's enough for today, guys. This has been the BGR Show. My name is Pat or BGR. Oh no, I'm not Pat. My name is BGR or Pat, but there's 2 Pats, and then you guys can say bye as well.
Bye, guys. I'm Pat as well. Fuck AI.
Fuck AI indeed. And this has been my second podcast. So 2. That's all.
2. All right. Peace out, guys. We'll be back next week.
2.
Hello, dear listener. This is the first episode of the podcast. A little bit of a rough ride, but if you guys have some things you'd like to ask us regarding anything really, we're now opening up the BGR Show hotline. So you can call us at the BGR number and leave a voicemail, and we will listen to it on the podcast and give our input on it. Give advice.
Put it on screen.
Yeah, I'll put it on the screen so you guys see right here too. Give any advice, give any suggestions, any questions you guys have for us that you think we would give good answers to. So the number is 860-266-6816. Once again, that is 860-266-6816. Call that BGR number, leave a message, and we will answer your call. Well, not really answer your call. We will discuss your voicemail and play it on the podcast. Thanks. Peace.